Bongino is out. Guys, oh my God. I feel vindicated. All right? Because remember, it was in May. Okay? It was in May where I said, right? Where I said this, guys. I said, Bongino isn't going to make it a full term. Okay? He's going to crack. You can see it happening already. Dude, there we go. This was in May. This was right before, okay? This was right before they announced that, like, oh, there are no files. But I knew it. I knew he was going to crack, dude. I knew he was not going to last. And he's gone. He is the first one, dude. Oh, shit. Isn't that crazy? Dude, he went MIA, guys. And right after the fight with Bondi, okay? He had the big fight with Bondi. Then he went MIA. Then they replaced him with Bailey from Missouri, who's been doing the same job. And he's just been, you know, whatever, on the sly. He had his moment of coming out for that one arrest recently. The bomber, right? The pipe bomber or whatever, the J6 bomber. They gave that to Bongino. And then we haven't heard shit from him. But I still wonder, guys. I still wonder about Epstein. I wonder if something's going to go on. I still have hope that maybe he's going to be the whistleblower, right? I do. I have hope, but something's amiss, guys. Okay? Something is amiss because he did change around the Epstein thing. He, like, you know, remember the Bartiromo? It was this interview, guys. This was the sort of the end. Bongino, like, fell apart after this interview.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
Look at him.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
You said.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That was the beginning of the end for Bongino. Was this interview, right? This interview was, look at this. It was 2 weeks before I was like, dude, he's done. He's not gonna hack it, right? And Bongino disappeared shortly after. Look at that look, though. Look at that look. Look at his eyes, dude. Just like, just looking at his neighbor. Something about it. He's not happy, no. He saw the Epstein files. He wept. And then he resigned, bro. He's resigning, right? He announces it. Oh, shit, boss. That is crazy, dude. Right? Crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how do you think his podcast, what's it going to look like after this? Right? I was obsessed with the Epstein files, and now I'm going to spend every day trying to convince you they don't exist, that there was no information of people to pursue. I mean, this guy was like the serious conspiracy theory. He was like serious about this, bro. Look at this.
Yeah, listen, that Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on this. Catherine Rumler, we need to keep the heat on this case, folks. There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it. Outside of a few entrepreneurial media outlets saying, hey, this is a big deal.
He killed himself. You want me to get, I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Dude, yeah. See, look at that, though. He goes from like, man, the FBI's hiding this shit to I am the FBI and I'm hiding the shit and I'm resigning. And now what is he going to do? He's going to go back to his podcast and just be like, because the thing about this, guys, is he's seen the information. He knows the ties. He knows every single person that is connected to that case. He's seen whatever pictures are involved with that shit. So at the very least, he knows, regardless of whether he killed himself or he was killed, that's immaterial. He knows everybody who fucked around with these girls. Some of them were women, but most of them were teen girls. He knows everybody who fucked around and abused those teenagers, and he has chosen to do nothing about it. So I don't know what his path forward is, because his audience, how can his audience be, you know, like, how can they take him seriously after this, right? Oh, don't let this case go. Don't let this case go. We can't let them silence this case. We can't let these people in government bury this shit. And then homie literally gets the job and buries the shit. Wow. That is wild. Dude, look at his little statement. I will be leaving my position with the FBI in January. I want to thank President Trump, AG Bondi. He didn't mean that. He hates Pam Bondi. And Director Patel for the opportunity to serve with purpose. More importantly, I want to thank you, my fellow Americans, for the privilege to serve you. God bless America and all those who defend her. And forget about that whole Epstein thing that I went on and on with for years, because I guess there's just no evidence. So we're going to pretend like that never happened. I'm going to go out and I'm going to start podcasting about something else, about AI animal videos, dude. Dude, I want him to flip. I do, man. I want him to flip. I know he probably won't because he's spineless, but I want him to fucking flip, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, for me, look at this. Me and Bongino go way back. Okay? He was like the first guy who ever blocked me. All the way back in 2018, he blocked me. Okay, because I said Dan Bongino should go back to something he's good at, touching his wiener. And he blocked me for that tweet way back in 2018, November 7th. Dude, right? Oh, shit. And so, dude, all the way back in, he had deleted the tweet too, dude. I don't even remember what the tweet was about. But I was like, homie, what are you doing? And he blocked me. And so I've been on the outside. I couldn't even interact with him until he got that government job. And then he couldn't block me because of the government job. Dude, it was a great tweet, too. It was a beautiful tweet, right? And then look at this. As soon as he got the government job, I was like, Dan Bongino is touching his wiener again. The Epstein files will have to wait, dude. I came back in right where I left off, dude. Right? Touching his wiener again, but he couldn't fucking delete that one. He couldn't block me. So I brought the wiener back. Dude, I brought Dan Bongino's wiener back. His wife was sending me letters saying, thank you. I was wondering where his wiener went. See, this is why you tune into this channel. Because nowhere else do we talk about Dan Bongino's wiener. My thing on Bongino is this. I want to sum up Bongino with one thing to say. You ready? Here's what I want to say with Bongino, is that I'm curious where he's going, okay? What is he going to do now that he comes out of this government job? He's going to go back to podcasting? What's his podcast going to be like? Isn't his crowd going to be like wondering what's going on with Epstein? Is he going to flip? I mean, he has an opportunity to flip, and I would respect that if he did flip. You know what I'm saying? I would absolutely respect it if he flipped. I mean, I'm still not going to be on the man's side, but at least he would be respectable because we know he saw something. Like something went on with the way he attacked Pam Bondi, and Bondi accused him of leaking information, and he blew up, and then they pushed him to the side. They like relegated him to the, you know, the back seats. They put him in the nosebleeds. So something went on around the Epstein case, and I believe it has to do with him knowing that there's more to it and like not doing anything about it. Like, I don't see any other possibility, right? You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. It's not like he went in there and there was really nothing to the Epstein thing. And then, you know, like there had to be something. It was right around that time. He was adamant, Epstein. And then they redacted all Trump shit. And then all of a sudden he's like, oh, no, he committed suicide and there's nobody to charge. And so I don't know. Something about it just seems fucking weird. He is a part of the deep state in a way. And so I don't know what he does from here.